Welcome to Becoming Full of Yourself, the show where fulfillment is not a finish line, it's a way of being. I'm Ebony Allard, Master Coach, Energy Specialist, Soul Contract Guide, here to help you remember who you were before the world told you who to be. In each episode, we explore what it means to lead from the inside out, embody your truth, and become so full of yourself that you overflow. Let's get into it. Hey, my loves. Well, it is January the 2nd, 2026, and I'm about to embark on a country move, but more than that, a country move where I don't really know where I'm moving to, and there isn't really a long-term plan, and I don't really know what I'm getting rid of, and I don't really know where I'm going. So that's happening in January, and I will share more as I know more. Today, however, I am in England and at a friend's house and left it far too late in the day to record, and therefore the light has gone. And I tried to set up a plethora of lighting situations that just looked Blair Witch. So in the end, I was like, right, I'm going to just record and then we'll see whether this is an audio only episode or whether you can handle the terrible lighting. I did also try and bring my Yeti microphone with me and fail. It was too heavy and it wouldn't fit my bag. So I am on my teeny weeny handheld mic today. There you go, context. And in this episode, I am going to talk to you about the upcoming year and the shifts and changes that you can expect and what to focus on and what is going to be a distraction. And so to start with, we have got the first full moon of the year in Cancer on Saturday, the 3rd of January. So that's tomorrow if you're listening as this comes out. And so we're currently in Capricorn season, which means that the full moon is in the other axis, so in Cancer. And the sun itself is still in gate 50, no, gate 38, the nuanced ninja, sometimes called the fighter, but I call it the nuanced ninja. And the moon is in gate 53, which I call the innocent initiator. And so we've got this beautiful illuminating of that which needs and requires preserving. And we're really exploring what it is that we want to keep in our lives or let go of in order to make our lives have meaning and purpose and be really beautiful. So gate 38, the nuanced ninja, is all about discerning what to take a stand against or what to fight for. And it knows that perseverance and the reward for unwaveringly fighting for what is right leads to deep fulfillment and meaning in life. Code 38 knows that a strong sense of justice and purpose and honor comes from campaigning for its ideals. So it's not about fighting in the violent sense. It is about having a really strong yes and a really strong no, and being idealistic. The spirit of Code 38 is to overcome and to find its own way. And it is deaf to the mainstream. It has its own, walks to the beat of its own drum, right? It's really the underdog done good. I love Gate 38. And together with Gate 28, it makes a channel of struggle. And I have Gate 28, it's my purpose. So this is an important time of year for me. I also have Gate 53 as my Mercury. And our Mercury is what we think about, it's how we exchange energy, it's how we communicate, right? And My Mercury in Cancer in gate 53 is about starting. It's about taking that first step. It's about initiating. It's about moving from immaturity or with like this earnestness, this innocence of immaturity into expansion and then superabundance. So this is a really, really powerful supermoon, a really powerful time to step into dreaming about or contemplating in action through movement, and whether that, however you do that, however you get into your own place of contemplation, right? Like swirling it around your mouth or your body, right? Your mind, to start contemplating what it is that you wish to preserve and what you're ready to really like draw a line in the sand around and let go of. And the reason I kind of give you the context of my gates around this is just how well I know them, how well I've embodied them. And so this is really a time to challenge your beliefs, to challenge anything that you hold dear around how things are meant to be or the struggle that has to be had, and really connect or reconnect with the inner fighter, the inner spirit, the inner idealist, the inner child that knows what it wants and knows what is pure and knows what is right. This is about your hero's journey, and it's a great time to reconnect with your personal soul contract and align with what your soul and your design is asking of you. Gate 53, the innocent initiator, is about moving into expansion and superabundance via maturity, via innocence. And those two things may sound counterintuitive, but there's this thing where, if you listen to any spiritual text, any wise people, they always say with childlike wonder. And this isn't about being childish, it's about being childlike, like having awe, beginning again from a place of like, what could happen, what might be possible. And in astrology, gate 53 is a Cancer gate. In human design, it's about beginnings or development. And in the gene keys, it's immaturity, expansion, and superabundance. And it's combined. This moon is asking us to lean into structures of support and belonging around us, whether that is your home, your soul family, your actual family, your best friend, whether it's a great time to find a new mentor to step into embody your design with me, whether it's nature, whether it's your bathtub, whether it's your bed, whether it's a new morning routine or a new way of connecting in with art. This is about finding the ways of beginning again, of stepping into that which really matters for you. It's a great time to reconnect with your value filter or to decide, yes, I'm going to step into this thing that everybody talks about all the time that I don't really know what it is, right? The value filter is everything. It's your inner compass. It's the activation of moving from knowing or intellectual knowing into embodiment, into living it, being it. And so it's a great way to get into, well, what are my values? What do I stand for? What am I fighting for? What do I stand against? And how do I know how to move with that? How do I know when I'm not living that? What are the things that bring this frequency, my soul signature frequency, back and call all my power back to me? It's a way to become empowered, embodied, and fully expressed. It's pretty cool. And all of my work is about that for you. All of my work is about helping you to become empowered, embodied, and fully expressed, more full of yourself, like your soul self, your signature frequency and vibration, to share and express that with the world. So we have our first community call of 2026 on the 6th of January at 4 p.m. UK time. It's free for you to attend. The link will be somewhere near here. It's on pretty much like every page of my website. You cannot miss it. You can come and find it. And this is a really great time to step into. And throughout 2026, you are going to want a place to feel safe, to return to yourself, to be reminded of who you are, to reconnect with your aliveness, with your creativity. And, I've really simplified my offers and I'm gonna talk about them every single time because they are really fucking good. And I've been developing them for years and years. And it took me 3 years to like nail it down to how can I just have a trinity? How can I make it really simple? So the value filter is your compass. Kismet Flicks is like everything I've created over the last 10 years and where I will continue to create and teach. And Embody Your Design is where we implement. It's my inner circle. It's an ongoing group. It's where if you want to come play with me and other culture makers, then that is where you come and join, right? And then everything else that I offer is like helping you to get a taste of me or of this community or of your soul contract, right? A reading report, everything, soul contract cheat codes, like all of those things, all the things that I create are a way for you to get an understanding of this total paradigm shift that I offer, which is you coming home to you. And all of this is in the True Self trifecta or in the soul contract bundles. And so this is that time, like right over this weekend, over this period, this full moon, Capricorn season, end of Capricorn season, like really attune to what feels safe, how your structures need reshifting in order to give you a sense of belonging and connection, of giving you something to come home to. These are the really, really important things. And then what I also thought I'd do with this episode is to give you a little taste of like what to focus on month by month. Now, I did a post on this on my Instagram, which I will link to. And if you're watching or listening to this on Substack, then there will be this information in there as well. And throughout 2026, I will continue to kind of copy or pass out this podcast to the other platforms. But my main platform, my main place is going to be Substack. And I've divided that out so that I can talk about the Kismet codes, I can talk about becoming full of yourself, all of those things. And it can all be under one roof and you can subscribe to which bit you want or whatever. And it means I can do less email, but the email I send to my list will kind of be a roundup or a reminder of new things or of what's going on. So in terms of like, well, what do I focus on or what do I prioritize in 2026? I'm going to kind of give you a month to month guide and I invite you to save this episode, save this post, or find the Instagram post and save that. And if you are in my communities, we will be coming back to this, right? The community call on the first Tuesday of the month. They all have names and they all have transits that I will talk about a little bit, but then I will also come back to this each month so that we know what it is that we need to be focusing on. For the whole year, you want to be focusing on your heart, on integrity, on aliveness, discernment, self-trust, creativity, and collaboration. And, everyone has been talking about how this year is going to be different. It's a fire and air year. I'm personally made of fire and air. It's a year where the mutable signs are going to finally like have a little bit of relief. I have a mutable T square that kind of rules and is very heavy in my chart. And so, yeah, I feel like I am excited by this year because the heaviness and the hardness that has been the signature of the last 5, but particularly the last 3 years for me, is now being shifted or alchemized into something else. And for me to focus on my heart, my aliveness, my integrity, discernment, self-trust, creativity, and collaboration is what I have done my whole life. And now it feels like, oh, okay, I get to relax into these things. And over the course of 2026, we're being asked to move from trusting what we see and what external authority figures tell us, and whether that is our parents, our government, our guru, our leader, our coach, our therapist, our practitioner. It doesn't really matter, right? We're being asked to move from just trusting things on surface level and trusting external authority generally to trusting our hearts and the energy and the intent behind what we see. And this is really a year of discernment and using your heart to attune to another's and know where they are coming from. It is a year for feeling in for the life force in everything. And this is how you're going to be able to discern whether something is synthetic or organic, whether it is alive or not, to really feel into with everything that you do, with everything that you pursue, feel into whether it's organic or synthetic. Can you feel the life force, the lifeblood, the chi in what you're doing, in who you're interacting with, or in what you're interacting with? And tune into or reattune into your telepathic and your psychic sensitivities and really, really maintain high levels of energetic hygiene. And if you don't know what that means, come to a community call and talk to me about it. Work with your heart. This is a heart year. It's a courage year. It's about acting from heart and being brave, right? Courageously taking action as led by your heart. And we want to work with the heart both physically and emotionally. This is a year where we are going to see, I believe, more heart attacks than we've ever seen before, but we'll also see people fall in love and experience romance and just do their heart's work and follow their heart and all of that kind of thing. It's a really heart-led year, which excites me. The best way you can do that is to feel and express your emotions, especially if you are emotionally defined, that if you're an emotional authority, you really need to know how to work with them, how to discern your emotions, to identify them, to know when you're in a wave, to know what you're projecting and being a beacon of. And if you're undefined emotionally, if you're not defined emotionally, then you really need to learn how to discern what's yours and what's not. This is really important work. And it's not something that you have to like work on like you're at school, but this is what this year is going to be schooling us all in. It's a year to be intentional, to know your intention and to not be swayed by things trying to influence you. And again, whether these are the the weather, the people, the climate, your friends, your peers, what everyone else is doing, all of that stuff. It's like, let's not allow ourselves be influenced by our not self, right? It's really about dropping into the true self over and over and over again. But it's also a year to have faith, focus, and fun. And know that while your journey is your own and you have your own curriculum, your own soul contract, collaboration with communities that you trust and spirit itself is desired and required this year. And I'm going to do a little month by month for you. And this is something that you can make notes of. You can come back to the post on it. And what I've done is I've gone through the astrology of the whole year. And I've really looked at, okay, what is going on and where should your focus be? Now, everybody else is kind of talking about like what's going to happen or what the energies are. And that's cool. I follow them. I have astrologers that I adore, whose work I follow for that exact reason. But I thought I'd go slightly different angle and be like, okay, what is going on around us and what do you need to focus on in that time? So in January, this is a time for closing the bones. It's a time for focusing on giving thanks for what has been, on healing, on realigning to your true self, to who you are now, and releasing any tension. And tension in your body, tension in your relationships, tension in what could have been and isn't. This is a time to give yourself a sense of being held and honored. Center yourself with deep physical and emotional comfort. As we move into February, February is a month to focus on the song of your heart. It is a month of silence and listening, remembering that silence is golden. There may be a lot of noise, but for you, it's about focusing on listening beneath the external noise to the whisper of your soul and focus on what you truly want for yourself. Focus on individuating and becoming the authority on your soul, spirit, evolution, and radiance. In March, Focus on the glimmers. Look for the universe winks and the subtle guidance pointing to where the magic lies. Be the snowdrop, a dream of light and hope and surrender, and tend to that little flame inside, because whatever is in there can and will grow if you tend to it wisely. In April, focus on being honest with yourself, truly honest about what your heart wants and where it's leading you. What are you being shown? This is a time for returning to right relationship with yourself, with your soul contract, with your design, and to really act from courage and to speak your truth. In May, it's about focusing on what you can touch in the now. There are likely to be big shifts coming. June and July are huge months for us as a collective, and not everyone copes with change very well. So there may be some big energy, some big fear, some big uncertainty, some big changes going on around us. And that could lead to feelings of defensiveness, right? Or scare, being scared and having a sense of fear or excitement and enthusiasm, which whatever is going on, be compassionate as you act. Focus on being responsive over reactive. Don't try and do it all at once. Don't overreach. Don't exaggerate. Just focus on taking it a little step by little step. And, it's in Taurus season, it's like focusing on what you can touch, what you can smell, what you can see, what you can feel, but like what is real, and making sure that you're taking it one step at a time and nourishing yourself as you go rather than like sprinting, right? In June, focus on your gut instincts and use your inner compass. This is a really good time to come back to those anchor points of your value filter and to really check, like, am I activating my incarnation cross? Am I using, so for those of you who don't know, in the value filter, we start off with 3 points where we really identify our own inner masculine, our own inner feminine, and our true north. And then we drop into the 5D where we activate our shadow self and our elements. So we kind of look at your water, your fire, your earth, and your air, and we look at the archetypes in there. And then we also take it a little bit further and overlay your incarnation cross and start to look at your unique shadows in there and how they express. And so in June, it's a really good time to come back to that, to focus on your gut instincts and to use that inner compass, to focus on enoughness. Like, what is enough? What is success for you? Like, what is enough success for you? Tune into what that is and let go of outdated ideals of what success used to be or what other people tell you it is, or yeah, what is no longer true. Focus on staying true to your heart. Let yourself be led by your true self rather than by your not self, not by your undefined centers, right? Like, your undefined centers are where you can be conditioned, where you can be controlled, where you can be manipulated. And it's not that we want to stop that from happening, but we want to be able to alchemize it quickly into wisdom. So really focus in June on slowing down to speed up. In July, focus on the magic moments. In July, we have 11 days of absolute magic and mystery. You will hear them be talked about a lot over the course of this year. And it's a once in a lifetime experience where something pretty epic is likely to happen. I'm very excited about it. But focus on the magic moments and the mystery and stop overthinking and let yourself just get swept up in the romance. It's whatever July is for you. It's a once in a lifetime experience. So don't overthink it. Just go with it. Let it happen. Focus on what freedom means for you. Let yourself be as human and organic as possible and live your life like the art that it is. In August, focus on temperance. Focus on letting love lead, love boldly, be the romance that you seek. Focus on dropping into your body and nature daily. Let the little things that you love multiply and let go of what doesn't truly matter. In September, focus on healing and purifying, prepare and perfect with tenderness. Virgo season, right? So focus on honing your instincts and fight for what you love. There is strength in softness, so it doesn't need to be a battle, but like, this is about digging deep and cutting clean of everything that doesn't actually matter. It's not about perfect, it's about perfecting. And you can do that in a soft and kind way, gently with devotion. Be the wise warrior who navigates like a ninja in a bid for peaceful resolution. This is about power and poise. In October, focus on alchemy. Focus on what is worth holding on to, what is worth distilling, refining, clarifying, purifying, and transforming into treasure. Focus on doing your shadow work. Focus on your own worth. What is your worth? What makes up your worth? How do you define your worth? This is about recalibration, reunion, and relating. In November, focus on evolution and renewal. Focus on joy and truth. Focus on being more wild and more true and more you. Focus on being bold and wise and your fullest self. This is a month of growth and glory, minus the ego. And then in December, focus on deeper learnings and truth. Focus on merging and taking space. This is about together and apart. It's about focusing on letting the new dream land. Focus on what warms your heart and embodying strength and softness, anchor patience and purpose. And really, it's a contemplation and reflection month, because we will not be who we are today by the end of this year. I hope this has been helpful, and I would really love it if you would subscribe wherever is best for you. But like I say, I will be spending most of my time on Substack, and at the moment it is still free, and I will make everything that I share on there free. At some point, I may change that. But if you want to go deeper, this is what I'm going to be sharing more of inside Kismet Flicks, and then we'll be like giving my personal take, and we'll be embodying it together inside Embody Your Design. And if you want more art from me, there is currently a sale on art, and very soon that sale will end. It will go back to normal price. But if you want to get a tiny piece of exclusive art delivered to you in the mail every single month, I have signed up for this beautiful thing with Stamp Fans, where I can upload one piece of art or a letter, or a postcard each month, and then that will be delivered to you. And at the moment, that is just $7, like £5 a month. You will get a unique piece of art every single month. And yeah, I'll make sure that the link for that is somewhere for you too. So I am excited about this year. Let me know in the comments how you are feeling about what I shared, and in general about the year ahead. And if you haven't yet got your chart or your report, or you want to engage and you're not sure what the right thing is, then come to a community call or send me a message, and let's find the right next step for you. Thank you for tuning in to Becoming Full of Yourself. If you found a resonance here, subscribe, share it with someone who's ready to reclaim their fullness, and leave a review to help others find this work. For more resources, rituals, real talk on living a fully fulfilled life, head to ebonyallard.com. Until next time, be bold, be brave, be full of yourself.